Hello, Naked Parent Nation, and welcome to today's episode of the Naked Parent Podcast. My name's Chad Ratliff, and I'm your host. And on today's show, we are going to be talking about health, wellness, and beauty with a special guest who I will introduce you to shortly. But before I introduce you, let me start by sharing our community's preamble. Naked Parent Nation is a worldwide community of parents raising children with all kinds of needs. We come together to share our naked truth, support our fellow parents, and inspire the inner growth that each of us needs to build the life and family of our dreams. For the parents that are struggling, we want you to know that we will love you until you can love yourself. For your children, we pray and send power from our collective group. As we come to understand our divine nature, we realize that there's no need to feel sorry for ourselves, be angry, or feel lack. We come to understand that our feelings of limitation and separation are only in our minds. Through self-realization, we expand our consciousness. The challenges that perplex us today dissipate one by one until we're able to see and experience gratitude and beauty in everything just as it is. We have the power to create any kind of life we want for ourselves and our families. We do this by living in the naked present moment, one day at a time. Esther and Jerry Hicks call it the science of deliberation, and we call it the answer to all of our prayers. So I'd like to introduce you to Susan Nyatworo. Hopefully she'll help me.
Nyatworo.
Nyatworo, who's a working mom. She is in medical records at a hospital, and in her free time, she deals with herbal medicine, which we're going to hear more about. She's also the mom of twins with autism. Welcome to the show, Susan.
Thank you, Chad.
Thanks for taking the time to be with us. How old are your twins?
My twins are 8 years old.
And
They're 80.
what's their diagnosis?
They were diagnosed with the autism and speech, lack of speech, and they could like bang their heads, and of course they could not like understand anything, and hyperactivity, and yeah, those are most of the things they first saw when we got to know that they had autism.
And
Yeah.
when did the signs show up for them? How early?
Yeah, since they were our firstborn, we didn't know anything. We just realized it at 2 years when they could not say anything, and say, what's wrong with our children? We don't understand what is going on. We had to go to the hospital to seek for help. Now, when we met a psychiatrist, the psychiatrist just told us, you know, in Africa, sometimes they say it is witchcraft. Witchcraft, yeah. And the doctor said, these kids, if it is not autism, those are things for twins. You know, there are things, cultural things they are supposed to do for twins, that if it's not like that, then that is autism. So there we started searching on the internet to understand autism, because it was new in our ears. We didn't know anything about it. So that's when we got to know, we started searching how we can help. Yeah, that's how the journey started at 2 years.
Did they crawl? Was that like for
No,
instance, my son, when he tried to crawl, he would just drag his legs, like he wouldn't get up on his knees. Did your children crawl?
most of those things we didn't focus on them so much, The only thing we focused on was banging the heads on
Ah,
the floor, and making things in what? Counting, okay, like making things is it a circle? They make things in straight line,
ah.
and the lack of eye contact. That's when we started. When we would read, we would see things. You read here, and then you see the children. You see that all the signs were talking about autism. Even the eating, they were so picky. They could refuse some things. Yeah, that's how we got to know. And
Do they walk? How are their motor skills?
walking, they had no problem. They could walk. They even crawled well. But the speech, the eye contact, and the banging of head is what we observed mostly. Yeah, because we
So
are
are they
young.
nonverbal today?
At the moment, they can say a few words after taking them to a school and to be helped by specialists like the speech, the occupational therapist, and the helper. So even now they're in a boarding school where they have all those services. So we pick them every after a month. Every after a month, we go for them. But at least now there is some big change because now they can say some words, you can call them, you call their names, they can at least answer. They can eat now different types of foods. Yeah, they can even call mommy. One can call mommy, daddy. Yeah.
Uh,
So
do they wear diapers or are they potty trained?
no, I trained them. They're okay. They can go to the toilet. They can use the toilet very well, even clean themselves. But at 4 years, 4 to 5 years there, they could even smear. You find the whole bedroom smeared.
Yes.
Yeah, those were the bad days. Yeah, but
The bad
now
day.
at least now they can go to the toilet very well, use it. They don't sleep in diapers. They even go and take themselves to their beds. They can lay their beds. They can even switch off the lights and go to
Ah,
sleep. Mm.
so, but rewinding back to the early days when you didn't know anything about autism and you realized that you had twins with autism, can you tell us a little bit about what that was like for you as a new mom emotionally and how life was at that time for you?
At that time, I thought my life was shattered because you would even feel like, how will people say that I have kids with a special need? I don't know anything. As in, you even fear, how do I start even telling friends, telling who? We even cried. I cried. I would be like low, and you know, you are there. You don't know where to start from. You feel you want to do your best, and of course, you've been in denial. Say, these people, what they are saying is not true. Where do we get this? In the family, it is not there. They say it is genetical. I've never seen anybody having it, and that's of course there are so many questions which were not answered by anybody. Don't let me to answer them by myself. Yeah.
Did you have to deal with depression? Did you go through depression or get angry or
Yeah, I would get angry. I feel so bad. Yeah, me, I'm emotional. I would just cry. If I feel
yes?
something, I'll just cry. Then after, I clean my eyes and go and do my things. And they said, now what do I do? These are my children. I can't do anything. The only thing is to try my best and see them grow and become better people in future if I get the opportunity.
Were there any moments that you can think of that were kind of pivotal moments or aha moments for you that like really helped improve the quality of your life and maybe for your kids as well?
Yeah, they were there. Like when when they when they could do something, you feel like something new. I would of course feel happy, laugh, and even share with family and friends that my child has done this. At least they have learned the potty. They have eaten food, different types of food. Like they come and give you a hug and cuddle you. You feel you're so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are lovely girls. They are like angels. They are like angels.
Aw. It
Yeah.
wasn't I'm guessing that it didn't always feel like they were angels. Is that true?
Yeah, of course. At first, of course, I had you fail to accept and say, why me?
Yeah.
Why me? Why this and this? Why did it happen to me? Now how am I going to handle it? I don't have enough funds. They tell you everything. Whenever you go to to the hospital, to the school, everything of theirs is expensive, and you see life is expensive. So now what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Did
But
did any of your friends did you find a community of people to support you, or have you had to go through this mostly alone?
their father has been there for me. We are always in this together. And our relatives, my mom, my friend, of course, they're always there praying for us. And church, of course, they come in and pray, of course, to give you the strength to go on. Yeah, and I'm so grateful for them. Yeah, they have been there for us. That's what I can't deny that. At least they encourage you. Where you feel you're down, someone, of course, they don't stress you. They don't stress you. They always want to see you happy.
Aw, I'm glad that
Yeah,
you have that
yeah.
kind of family. Um, I'm I'm curious about your passion in herbal medicine. Is that have anything to do with having kids with special needs, or is that a completely separate um, interest of yours?
Now, herbal medicine, it came when I was searching for the cure to help my children get well. Now I started reading, I started searching on internet and doing things. And some of them I knew, but of course I was not practicing. Like giving people remedies, what I'll just share. But now when I started looking out for the cure, I even had to go back to school and study about herbal medicine because of that. They inspired me. My children inspired me, and it is what is helping me now to get at least some resources for them, like what they need to use at school, even the school fees, what. In fact, it is being the source of income for the family.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
Doing
I,
herbal med- mm?
I think that that's one of the blessings about having children with unique needs is I find parents like you that are being creative and being willing to take risks to explore new dimensions to make this world a better place by making our children more comfortable, by making ourselves more comfortable, and by giving us purpose. I'm really inspired by parents raising special needs children because I know the journey, the journey is steep, and when you can find a smile, when you can find a way to smile authentically, it means that you've come so far.
Yeah, sure. I've come from very far. That one I'll not lie. I've come from very far. My children have inspired me so much. They have made me to be patient. Sometimes you used to take life for granted, but these children can teach you a lesson, and you be patient with life. You learn to appreciate life,
Yeah,
and you learn a lot from them. You learn a lot from them. You learn to focus, and you learn to even to have love for others and even love for children.
I agree.
Mhm.
Can you tell us a little bit about the journey to finding the right school for them? Like, at what age did you find it? What, how challenging was it to, you know, make the decision that that was the right place for them? Can you tell us a little bit about that part of your journey?
No, at first I had to take them to a normal school for other children. They stayed there like for almost 3 years, 3 to 4 years. They didn't learn a lot. So my sister got to know about that school where they are, and she gave me the contact of the director. I got in touch with her, and I went there. They also diagnosed them. She also got scared of the twins because they also had never taken like two kids like the twins.
Ah,
They even wondered how I could manage the twins.
yeah,
But the lady said, of course, she could not tell me, but she told me afterwards when they had gotten used to them.
yeah,
And yeah, their father had refused that could not take the children, leave his kids because he couldn't imagine his daughters away from him because the kids are too innocent, they don't know anything. He's a protective dad. That's what he does. Said, of course, I had to tell him there's nothing we can do at the moment. Because imagine when we are not around, what will these kids be? I told him, let us try and see if they can be helped in this school. I had to talk to his mom. The mom had to talk to him. And my mom also was scared about the kids leaving us. But may I pray to God. I said, I have nothing to do. I have to let these kids be because I want them to be the best they can in future at least. Yeah, I had to look for some funds. Of course, these schools are a bit expensive. You have to try. We had to take them to that school, and now at least now they are making some progress, and the people who never used to want them to go, they are happy of what is going on now at least.
that's great to hear. What age did you find? What age did they start that school?
And they started last year in that school. It was last year before it was after COVID effects. Because they had started, but of course, COVID had to cut them off. Then we had to readmit them again. So this year, they went back. But within this short test time, at least we've seen some changes.
Great. How does your husband feel about it now?
Yeah, he's supportive, supports it, but of course he complains of the funds we can't afford. But I say nothing we can do now. Because now what are we working for? The little we get is for our children. Now let us support them in any way we can. If we fail, yeah, we'll stop there, but at least we'll have given them something.
Uh,
Yes.
it's a wild journey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
How do you how have you taken care of yourself emotionally through this process? What do you do for you?
Myself, I pray. I read the Bible. I read the Bible. I pray. I go into my own researching of doing my herbal things. They take away some of those things I could think of. So I get busy with my life. Yeah.
That's I it's risky to say because I don't like to make too many generalizations, but I have to say that the people that come on the show that I notice seem to have the high spirits about them. They seem to have faith in something behind them that help them get to that place where they're able to smile.
Mm,
So I'm glad that you have your faith to lean on.
yeah.
So
God
what's
has really helped me.
so what's next? What are you
Next,
excited about in the future for these coming days?
I pray to God that at one time I want, if I can get the resources, I want to set up a school, and like this school for old people where they learn handwork, if it is knitting, doing what, for children with special needs, and I employ my children in that school and other children to be helped, not only mine, of course. That is my, of course, that is my prayer. Though I have not yet reached that level, but that is my wish as of now.
That's exciting.
Yeah, if I can, it's called, I've forgotten those schools, how they call them, but is it vocation?
Okay,
Vocational school. Yeah, yeah, that
love
is
that.
my, yeah,
I think you'll be
that is,
successful.
amen. That
There's
is my prayer.
there's there's such a need for you to be successful because so many more children are born on the autism spectrum today.
Mm,
The schools won't be able to handle. There won't be enough resources to support.
true.
And um, my dream is my son's name is Rocco and my daughter's name is Blue, the two that have
Wow.
special needs. And my dream is called Rocco Blue Ranch, and it's a working ranch for kids that age out of the public school system, that
Mm,
they can work on the ranch, farming, whatever level they're able, they can continue their growth on the ranch. And then
oh,
the ranch supports the community because there's not a lot of things for special needs families to do. If you have
yeah.
time together, where can you go? You can't go to restaurants, because
Mm,
it's you can't go to the normal things that typical people go to. And so I
true.
think that your school and my ranch will
Mm,
provide opportunities for children that we have a heart for.
true.
So,
That's nice, nice. That's very nice. Thank you for loving
uh,
our
and then,
children.
uh, so I ask a few questions sometimes that you give a short answer to. Are you up for trying it?
I'm not getting you.
So I'll ask you a few questions and you give like a one word answer or one sentence answer, like a short answer, just
Okay.
so we can hear more of your thoughts. You want to try it?
No problem. No,
Okay.
no problem.
What what's the best advice you have received?
From child, eh? Well, from people. Eh?
Yeah,
The
best
best
advice on your journey that you've received.
the best advice I've ever received is that I should never give up on my children.
Mm,
I should always be persistent and help them in any way I can.
great answer.
Mm.
Do you have a top do you have a top resource or recommendation to share with other parents?
No, I really don't have any.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
What's the next thing on your list that you want to add for your individual well-being? What's the next thing you want to do for you?
Mm. Then next, uh, which one is as of now, I haven't thought of anything as of yet. I'm still focusing on my my children mostly.
Okay, well, we can put your school as the answer to that. That'll be the next thing on your list after you. Uh,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
what's one thing you think would improve your life if you did it or had it?
If, of course, I think if I had the funds, I think I would be helping children with special needs. If I had the funds, because they are really suffering. Children, here people think that it is witchcraft. People really need to learn that it's not. It is a diagnosis.
Uh, Where do you live?
Uganda, East Africa.
Is is um is there a lot of people being born in Uganda with autism today?
Yes, there are many now. At least maybe because I didn't know, but now I'm seeing it more that
Okay.
there are children with autism and they don't have hope. They need to be told. Parents need to be advised. Yeah, on the way to live.
I'm really grateful that you were willing to be on the show because I feel like it helps our parents in Naked Parent Nation realize that this is a worldwide um, issue that I don't issue challenge. It's a worldwide. We're all in this together worldwide. It's not just uh, one kind of people, one kind of country, one kind of culture. This is uh, special needs does not discriminate. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor or happy or sad. Um, it's here.
Yeah, true, true. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank
Um,
you. Mm.
yeah. So I just wanted I want to thank you. Is there any like closing thoughts that you have for our listeners? Anything that we've talked about or anything that we haven't talked about that you'd like to share with the parents?
Yeah, what I would share with my fellow parents: never give up on your little angels. These kids are a blessing from God. Be persistent, be patient with them, love them. Yeah, you never know whom you have, because you might be having God in your house when you don't know.
Uh,
Yeah, they should always give them the first priority.
uh, I love that.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. And I would love to stay connected and touch base in the future. Maybe come on the show again and hear an update on how things are going and what your children are doing and hear how you're doing, if that's okay.
It's okay. It's fine. No problem.
Okay, well, I want to thank you again and wish you the best for you and your family. And thank you.
Thank you so much. You too. Greetings to the babies.
Aw, bless you too.
Bless you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.